Alrighty. Sweet. So, yep, thanks again. Thanks, guys, for coming to this workshop. So yes, the title, as you saw, the title of this workshop is called What Matters Most. All right. So again, as I usually state in at the beginning of every workshop, this in no way, there's no right or wrong answers. Everything that that we're gonna write or choose, it's just all up to you. It's your opinion. No need to be perfect or anything. So this is just gonna be an opportunity to slow down and think for a bit about the things that we value in our lives, like what matters most to us in our life, right? Um, so we are going to be playing two games. One game we're going to have two rounds, and then the last game is just going to be one round. That's going to be the more interactive, the bigger game. Now, the question that I want you guys to reflect on or think about as we're going through these games is what am I actually giving my time and energy to? Okay, no need to answer that right now. Just as we're going through these questions and everything, just have that in the back of your mind. So again, we'll be playing a couple of games. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answers. We're just gonna sit back, have some fun, and just hopefully come with some more awareness of what we value or what's most important to us, right? So the first one we've played before in the past. I'm not sure. I think it was actually an award ceremony after our challenge, but we titled it This or That. Michelle titled it This or That. So this first one, I'm just gonna give two options, and it's gonna be either this or that, and you pick one. You pick either this or that, and then you can go ahead and give an explanation as to why you choose that. This first round is gonna be super light, super quick, and then in the second round, we'll get a little bit deeper. All right. So first, does anybody have any questions or anything? Hey, JB. Hey, Annalie. All righty. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hello.
The first one is going to be sunrise or sunset. And we can go around. You don't have to explain or anything, but we could go around and everybody just give their answer. Do you prefer sunrise or sunset? And we'll go in order. So, Michelle.
Sunset, because I'm more likely to be awake for that.
Okay. That's my same exact reason.
Same.
Bethany?
I'm gonna say this one's really hard. I'm gonna say sunset just because the colors are deeper sometimes.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah. Caitlin, sunrise or sunset? If you can hear me.
Uh, Sunrise because it's always what I wake up to.
Ooh, okay. Nice, nice. Annalie?
I'm gonna say sunset too. Same reason,
Sunrise.
because I'm more likely to be able to catch it sometimes, and then also the colors are deeper. I've noticed. You're right, like she said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice, nice. JB, sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Sunrise. Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
just like my love for spring. It's just the start of everything new and fresh and
Oh,
time
nice.
to just, but you just hear the whole world wake up and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. Nice.
Please
Okay.
scan ticket or scan permit.
Nice. All righty.
Thank you.
So
Please exit.
next one is ocean or the mountains? Ocean or mountains? Michelle, you ready?
That one's tougher. I I think ocean.
Ocean. Okay.
Yeah, beach and waves and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice. Bethany?
Desert.
Desert. Okay, okay. I,
I like the other two too.
okay. Which one would you choose if you had to?
Probably the mountains.
Mines. All right, all right. Caitlin?
Definitely mountains.
Okay. Two mountains, one ocean. Annalie?
Ocean.
Ocean. Okay, 2 for 2. And JB.
Well, I was born in the sign of water, so it has to be the ocean.
Nice. All right. All right. I think I think I'm gonna have to say ocean too. Do like the ocean. All right, just a couple more. This next one is routine, having a routine, or spontaneity, being spontaneous. So routine or spontaneity.
So what is the basis of the question what we like or prefer or what we actually do in life?
Yes, what you what you prefer.
Okay.
I'm gonna say routine because spontaneity kind of freaks me out. I'm working on it, but it freaks me out a little bit.
Okay, good. Good answer. Bethany?
Uh, Same as Michelle, kind of the same reason. Like, I like routine so I can be spontaneous.
Okay.
Like, I like to know the rules so I can break them, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Caitlin?
I would have to say routine just so I can drone. Spontaneity doesn't really allow for that.
Can you say that again? You prefer routine just so what?
So I can drone, so that I can go on drone mode, get up, eat breakfast, go to work, come home from work, eat dinner, go to
Okay.
bed kind of idea.
Okay, okay, I got you. All right, so routine and Annalie.
Probably spontaneity, I guess.
Spontaneity.
I
All
don't
right.
know. I mean, I know I do better. I'm sure schedule structure helps, but
No.
yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
Because I
JB.
just like to do what I
Oh,
feel when I feel it, to be
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I'd match up with Bethany on this where my routines allow me to have all the fundamental stuff taken care of all the time so that when something pops up, most of the time it's like, yep, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
And so I live in routine, but I really enjoy spontaneity.
Okay. Good. Good answer. Alrighty. For me, I think, oh, I used to be very, very spontaneous, so I might have to choose spontaneity, but I am finding that I do like a good routine going. And that's something new that I've discovered for myself. Alrighty, we'll do one more in this round. Um, so kind of maybe similar to routine and spontaneity, a little bit different wording. Planning or going with the flow. Planning for things like planning an event or planning for buying a new house like Michelle's doing, or just going with the flow.
Planning. I love planning. It's so much fun and it makes me feel like I have control. I'm trying to go with the flow, but I love planning.
honest.
Okay. Bethany?
Planning. I mean, I think I spend a lot of time like looking ahead and um thinking about the next, move or place or whatever. And I really enjoy that. I think that's the planning piece. Yeah.
Caitlin?
I would have to say going with the flow. It makes life a lot easier.
Okay. Alrighty. Annalie?
Yep, but go with the flow for sure. Just happy to be here.
Yeah. JB.
I'm a flower child too.
What was that? Say that again.
I said I'm a flower child too.
Oh,
Okay.
flower.
All right. All right. Like that, we got a good mix. So I would also say I'm more go with the flow for sure. All right. So now that's the end of the first round. Now the second round, it is gonna go a little bit deeper, okay? And what I mean by that, it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna give you two options, but this time, let's answer why we choose the one that we choose over the other one. Now, this one, feel free to discuss your opinion. You know, like I said, there's no right or wrong. Just give your honest opinion on what you prefer. So this first one is going to be comfort or growth. And we'll go with Bethany.
Right now I'm gonna say comfort because we have so much growth going on.
Okay.
I think overall my it's always growth. I think right now I need to recoup and like
Mhm.
pull back a little bit,
Okay.
re-energize.
Yeah. Alrighty. And in what ways do you feel that you can pull back?
I think it's more energy allotment and like and trying to make sure things align. You know, I feel like as I look back, there are a lot of things I did for lots of good reasons, but you know, I think I have a limited amount of time left. It's obvious now
Okay.
where maybe it wasn't in the past, and so now I want to be deliberate.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, just kind of how we talked about and be you making those deliberate decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Alrighty. Caitlin, comfort or growth and why?
I pick growth because it gives me more options in my life right now. And I've been sitting in the comfort zone for a little too long. I'm starting to get restless.
Okay. Alrighty. So kind of almost choosing that discomfort to grow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice. Alrighty. Thank you. Annalie, comfort or growth?
Growth. I feel I've learned that when you get uncomfortable, that's when great things happen. And yeah, the growth is basically being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm all about growth because I always want to 10x it and do more or be more because then we're living closer to our full potential. And people that most of the time set achievable goals, they don't really achieve them because they're achievable. But if they're like uncomfortable and like 10x impossible, then it's like it makes you commit. And then you have to do, like for me, I have to do the uncomfortable things or the little things that leads to the big things,
Yeah.
which helps me be able to do more than I ever thought I could or be more than I thought was possible.
I like that. Good answer. Ready? JB?
Well, I think life is the yin and yang of that quite often because it is, I'm definitely growth oriented most of the time because I get bored with much routine if it doesn't, fix something right there in front of me.
Okay.
And so most often I go for growth. As I'm in a transition, getting out of the working world and into the retirement world, it's I've got to let go of a lot of things that grew so that I can plant new stuff. And so I'm kind of in a shifting, but
Yeah.
I still think I have to grow. There's always something new on the plate.
Okay. And in relation to the yin and yang, just because I'm curious, um, like comfort and growth being that yin and yang, a balance in between the two of comfort and growth.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the when growth doing things that are in the growth category are generally exciting,
Okay.
or as Emily mentioned, it's you're really intense on it, making it happen, trying to get that 10x out of it. And but there has to be a point for the human side of you to be able to have a plateau or a place where you pull back a little bit. You reap some of the benefit of that last growth path so that you have a new platform to launch your next step. That's got to get to the moon before you get to Mars.
That's so true. I agree with that there has to be some breaks for comfort as well. But then it's not just getting plateauing, like staying there, because then it's just like, okay, wait, there's more.
Right.
And for me, yeah, I would choose growth, kind of because of the same reasons that all of us have said that growth is always not necessarily always creating something new, but going through that discomfort to not be comfortable and to grow in that discomfort. Um, Michelle, so for you, our question was comfort or growth and why?
I would definitely say growth too. I only caught the end of your conversation, but for me, it's all about like just incrementally still wanting to like learn and grow and become a better version or of yourself type of thing, but not in
Yeah.
like the burnout hustler kind of way that I used to think in like my 20s,
Mhm. Okay. You ready? All right. Our next one. This next one is stability or freedom, and why? JB?
Well, honestly, I think stability is what offers freedom.
Okay.
Again, you got to build that very stable base, and it allows you to do whatever it is that you want to do. You go back to Maslow's basic triangle, you got to have the building blocks across the bottom, and then everything else above it is, the gravy. And so you have to be stable to the point at which you have a place to come home, you have food to eat, you have the things that you need in front of you. And so I don't think I could have one without the other.
Yeah, for sure. It's like that foundation to have freedom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to volunteer?
I agree with him on that. Like, I love to be free, and but I found when I've flew by the seat of my pants so many times and just like just trying like just making it happen, whatever, and just determined like whatever, I'll just do it, and then it ends up creating instability and and like anxiety and frustration and like and then dependency, codependency, and like being in a place where I am not. Yeah, so I definitely appreciate stability now and would choose that for sure. Like more because it creates more freedom because now I'm like focused on so much stability that I am not free to do whatever I want when I want. Like before I thought that I was trying to do, but it kind of like dug me into a hole, and now I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
stability.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
to branch off on that too, like even with just like working out, right? You can't just start working out and expect to lift all of this weight and because that's how injuries occur. That's how you hurt yourself. Then you're out for a while, you can't work out, you can't build that strength. So having that stability, slowly moving your way up, that stability and like just filling out those workouts, see how the form is, see how you feel doing it. And then once you're stable and once you know that you can do those workouts, then you can perform it, increase weight, do more reps or anything. So yeah, and that goes in any other kind of way in life too. Stability to move into that freedom. But thank you guys for sharing that. And we'll do one more since time is running by really quick. So our last one for this round, and we'll move on to our second game, more time or more energy. And I'll take volunteers for this one too. So more time or more energy, and why?
Right now, I'd like more energy.
Okay.
I have more time. I would like more energy.
Okay.
Um, but what I will say is it's the same thing that Michelle's always talking about. Like, I have a list in my head and I'm not doing everything on the list. And then I'm like penalizing myself for not doing stuff on the list, even though I'm the one that wrote the freaking list.
Mhm.
And Harold does this to me all the time. He's like, you did some stuff. So what? Like, it's good.
Yeah.
Stop, cursing yourself for all the things you didn't do. There are times when I do find if I have more energy, I'm a little more inclined to be more spontaneous, and I enjoy that. So that's the other piece too. I think is I feel like I enjoy things a little more if I had just a smidge more energy.
Okay, alrighty. Some more energy for you. Anybody else want to share?
I say energy.
Energy. Okay.
I have nothing but free time, so
Okay. And what would if you had more energy, what would you do?
probably actually go out on adventures.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually live my life freely. So
Okay.
I
Alrighty.
found as I get old, I have to sleep. I have to protect my sleep more. And that has really turned into a very important thing that feeds the energy. And, it's another one of those. It's not, man, when I was in my 20s, I hardly ever slept. And now I look for that 7 hours because I can feel it when I don't. And I
Yeah.
know that that's where the basis is. So I know I've got to give up that 7 hours to sleep so that I can have energy for the rest of the time that I'm awake.
Okay. Sweet. Alrighty. So thank you all for answering. Now this is going to warm us up into our next game. So this next game, it's called the priority auction. Okay. So if you have a piece of paper, go ahead and pull it out and a pencil or pen, or you can use your phone to just keep track of your points. Okay. So all of us, we're going to get 100 points each. Okay. Or if you're good at math and you can remember how many points you added up in your head, perfectly okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and explain the rules. If you need to go ahead and take some time to grab something, go ahead and do so now. So, like I said, we're all gonna start with 100 points each, right? I'm gonna list categories, but the catch is I'm gonna list one category and you're gonna auction off or give a certain amount of points to that category without knowing what the next category is or without knowing how many categories there are. Okay, so this is gonna take some time to reflect and really think about your choices. Don't put too much thought into it. Don't overthink it. So you can save points for later categories immediately right away because once you write down your points, you're locked in. Okay, we can't go back and change it. So once you have your points next to that category, we can't change them. All right. Does anybody have any questions? And like I said, there's no right or wrong answers. Just this is all you, and we'll discuss them afterward.
You are so
Anybody have any questions? Are you guys ready?
Can you start at the bottom of your list?
We'll start with category one. All righty. So like I said, really quick, I'll list the category. You give your points to that category without knowing what the next category is or how many categories there are. All right. So that first category is adventure. So how much of your life would you invest into new experiences, exploration, spontaneity, and adventure? All right. Give you guys some time. And if I could just get a quick thumbs up if you guys are finished. Sweet. Righty. Next category. Category 2, recognition. So how much matters to you being respected, being admired, being successful, or recognized by other people? And as a reminder, we do have 100 points, so your points can only add up to 100 at the end of the game. When you guys have your points ready, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up.
Hey, my phone cut out, or I was bumped out. Now I'm back in, so I didn't
Okay.
hear the And I can't find a pen. I gotta go inside. I just got home and I don't know
Okay,
where.
no
Right.
worries. If you can still hear us, you can just use your notes on your phone to keep track of your
Yeah, but I
points.
can't do that because my phone, like, I can't do it on my phone,
Okay, how about
basically.
if you use
I could try,
the
but
chat in
the
Zoom?
what? Oh, maybe.
Okay. So that first one was adventure, and then the second one was recognition.
Adventure and then recognition.
Yes.
And what do I put again? Like how many points or
Yes.
what?
How many points for each category?
Okay.
Alrighty. And
Recognition, adventure.
category 3. Sorry, third one is freedom. So how much security, predictability, comfort, and stability matter? Or I'm sorry, that was the next category. You guys got a little hint. So how much time would you invest into your freedom? Like to choose your lifestyle, to choose your routine, to choose your schedule, independence, direction.
Is this 3? Freedom?
Yes. Category 3, freedom. Just a quick thumbs up when you guys are ready. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Category 4, stability. So how much security, predictability, comfort, and stability matter to you? And like we were just talking about this earlier in the previous game, how freedom and stability, kind of have to have stability first to be free or to feel that freedom. All right, and you guys are ready? Another quick thumbs up.
Yeah.
You still deciding, JB?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay,
I did that.
sorry about that. All righty, category 5 is community. And here I put BU relationships, but let's just say community and relationships. So how much time or how much would you invest into community, meaningful relationships, support systems, connection with people around you and with people in your lives? And again, just another thumbs up when you're ready. All right. Category 6, growth. So how much does growth matter to you? Learning, evolving, challenging yourself, as we were just talking about, putting yourself in discomfort to grow, become a newer version of yourself. And thumbs up when you guys are ready. All right. Number 7, purpose. So how much would you invest into meaning and purpose? Feeling like your life is aligned with the important things in your life or with something that's important to you? All right. Another thumbs up. Okay. Category 8, health. Now, health in a general way, health, physical health, mental health, emotional health. How much does that matter to you?
Oh, I did this.
Okay. Sweet. Category 9, peace. So how much would you invest into your inner peace? Calmness, emotional balance, quietness. Right? Yep, number 9 is peace. And number 10, time. So not just having time, but really experiencing time, being present for it, feeling like your life and your
Wait,
time
but I thought,
is yours.
wait, what's 3 again? Because that sounds kind of like 3. I thought 3 was kind of time.
Number
3
3
was
is
freedom.
freedom.
But I thought it was like, okay, whatever. That's fine.
Alrighty, and when you guys are ready,
First. Oh my gosh.
okay, and so this is our last category. Number 10 is our last category, which is time. Okay, so now the final part of this game. So now you can readjust. I'm going to give you the opportunity to readjust 15 points. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, this is not 15 points added, but adjusting 15 points on your sheet, on your categories. If you want to, you don't have to if you don't want to. If you feel comfortable with how your sheet is looking now, then there's no need to change it. Give you guys about a minute for that.
So even if we have extra
Reallocating.
points on the board, we can't add them.
Oh, you know what? That's very good. That's a very good question. So you have extra points. Okay, how about reallocating those extra points that you have?
Okay, okay.
And when you guys are ready, just a quick thumbs up. That's the end of the game. We'll head into our discussion, to our questions. Ready? About 10 more seconds. Okay. Now we are done there with that game. So, yep, now just reflect back on your sheet, okay? I'm gonna ask some questions, but I'll just take volunteers for these. So, looking at your categories and looking at the points that you have next to those categories, which which category did you protect the most? And what I mean by protect the most is you gave it points, but as you knew that there were going to be new categories that I was going to state without you knowing, you really wanted to make sure that you gave that category enough points. And what was that category, and why did you feel you need to protect it?
Well, originally I put like 50 in like freedom of choice, and then I realized, oh no, I was like running out at the end. So, and then I changed it to like 20, and then I put it out for purpose, for the time, and for the what else? Um,
Okay, so you were protecting your freedom
for,
category?
yeah, but also purpose, health, peace, much equal to me because I want to have freedom of choice for those things.
Oh, okay.
For like in order to fulfill purpose and to use my time to in alignment with my purpose, and yeah, like all of it kind of goes together,
Okay,
I guess,
all right.
for
Thank you.
me.
Anybody else want to volunteer on
Like,
which one you protected the most?
I protected adventure and health the most.
but
And it's
also I
probably because they're tied together. And I think there's some of the other stuff, you know, when I really look at it, I'm thinking like it's so ingrained, like I just accept that's the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've worked hard, I have stability, or I've, you know, I've had purpose. Do I need more purpose?
Okay.
I don't know. So I think that that does play into my choices of where it, you know, it's sort of like, what do I want? In where do I want my focus?
Okay. And so, question for you, Bethany. Um, what life experiences do you think has shaped those priorities for you? Like protecting, I'm sorry, you said adventure over
Mm-hmm.
some of the others. Is there a life experience, or what life experience?
I think my best times have been out on the road and
Okay.
going and being out in nature and um, you know, checking out new places. Um, and there's been some, you know, adverse times that are adventures as well that kind of tie into that as also. Um, you can adventure anywhere, but for me, it's that uh, going out on the road and exploring some of the roads out in the boonies and that kind of thing. So it's pretty specific for me.
Nice. Alrighty. Thank you for sharing. JB, it looks like you have some thought. Do you want to share? Would you like to share?
You
I
look like I have thoughts.
Looks like you were thinking about something.
Steaming in. Um, I I
will
gave
say something
stability the
too.
highest, just because it's always been it's the jumping off point. You know, as long as there's stability, I, the the health and that kind of thing kind of folds into that for me because that's all part of those building blocks. And then, you know, as I've gone through life, one door closes, another one opens, whatever you want to say. You know, it just kind of whenever an opportunity showed up there, I've had the ability to say, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go do that direction. And so, and that's all because the stability is in place. And I'm not just jumping off of one thing and letting it go to go do something else. You know, that gets packaged and put away and up goes the next one. And it's not it's not really planned because I've never planned to be anything or get anything done. It's the next opportunity comes up and the path just kind of leads the right way. And that's how it works for me. So, and I think that that's based in stability. Relationship has become my next closest thing because I'm finding that I don't like to do any of it alone. I like to be involved with people in groups or people, somebody next to me. And so that those are equal in how I want to go forward.
Okay. And what category, within these categories that I gave you, what category would you want to prioritize more moving forward or more intentionally?
Well, stability is kind of just ingrained in me to always protect that. So I think I continue to focus on relationship, and then that leads to the adventure.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. And I'm sorry, Annalie, you were breaking up a bit. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just thinking like I didn't really because I didn't know him until the end, and then I appreciate the stability, like all of that stuff. But then there's always this thing that says, your health is so important because if you don't have that, then you don't have anything else. Like all these other things matter. And then when you don't have that, you really can't do much of the other things. So I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah, kind of
But
like
honestly,
health can also be your stability, right?
yeah, it's like if you don't, because it's like, oh, you want to have an adventure, but if you don't have health, how can you actually go do the adventure? How can you really create stability if you're not healthy? Like that's your number one priority is like survival. So I don't know. Like, I mean, that's a big one, honestly. And in order to do anything else. So that's because that's what I work in and what I've been very focused on for a while, you know? So it's just kind of hard to look at all of them and like
Yeah,
equally. Yeah, that's
for
all.
sure.
Just kind of wanted to,
And
because, yeah.
yeah, and I love that it got you thinking like that. Thank you. Caitlin, is there anything that would you like to mention?
Are super important.
I kind of cheated. I honestly put 5 points for everything. And then when
Okay.
you said reallocate them, I just added an additional 5 points to everything.
Okay,
You're very
okay.
balanced.
Yes, I'm a Libra, so it's very ingrained in me to make sure I have a fine balance between everything.
Value the balance. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, between everything you were naming, I was just like, that's important. That's also important. That's also important. Once you got to like 4, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep putting 5 for every single one.
Okay. Alrighty, alrighty. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, really quick, I just want to give you guys some key points for this game. So, like how we were just mentioned, we can't always prioritize everything equally in life, right? You know, logistically speaking. So, this game was kind of not telling you those categories. It's kind of like those curveballs or those experiences that life throws at you without knowing, right? You know, your life can change from like one day to the next, and you just kind of have to readjust, reevaluate, be intentional with the choices that you're making to move into this new path, right? So that brings me to the awareness part. So awareness isn't just about your perfection or having like a perfect path in life or doing the one thing that everybody says that you need to do to be successful and to be perfect. It's about balancing, just like Caitlin was mentioning, balancing your priorities. Sometimes maybe doing more for the other priorities than you are doing for the others. And then some days doing the other prioritizing those other priorities more than the other ones. And so with these priorities, it changes over time. We're humans, our life changes. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We have an idea what's going to happen tomorrow, but we don't really know if that's going to happen. And we don't know what curveball or what path life is going to throw at us in our future. Okay. So And I do want to mention again, the uncertainty is a part of life, right? You know, we really don't know what's going to happen these next days or next year or in the next 5 years. We can strive for a goal and definitely work our butt off for that goal, but the uncertainty is a part of life. So embracing that uncertainty will help us with that freedom, with that peacefulness, with that calmness, with that adventure, with balance. So one thing, we are at time now. I'm sorry, I had to cut it a little short. So what's one thought or realization that you'd be leaving from having these lists of categories? What's one realization you'll be leaving with tonight after playing this uh,
That I
priority auction?
So I realized that recognition, I mean, respect, I still like to be respected, but even with that, like, I just don't give a flip anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
What people, less and less what other people think is significant. I mean, within reason, but
Mhm. Yeah, and others can look at it and say, not giving a crap what people would think about you or say about you can bring you that freedom, can bring you that stability, right?
yeah.
Alrighty. Anybody else want to share? Anything that you realize or that you take away from tonight's game? Alrighty. Awesome.
I,
Oh,
go ahead, Emily.
oh, go ahead. It's fine.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I realize I'm as bipolar as I've always been.
Okay, okay.
Uh, I was gonna say, like, oh gosh, like I guess the stability, um, and the structure. I'm like, is it just this last game or any of the games? Like, I'm like, wait.
Well, it can be from any of the games, yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, I just think I've like learned like it's so important to have stability and have structure in order to have freedom, and like all of them kind of go hand in hand. But you also, your health, Caitlin, like it needs to be balanced, but also being self-aware that all of those things matter. But sometimes like it's not realistic. Of course, it's not realistic to be able to do every single thing like 5 5 5 like every day. So you kind of have to like just, do your best with what you got. And some days spend.
Alrighty, all right. Did get cut her off. Anybody else really quick? Any more takeaways? Alrighty, sweet. So, quick mention, we do have signups. We do have open enrollment for our next BU quarter. So if you guys know of anybody that would benefit from the program, send them our way so that way we can have a chat with them. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to this workshop today, and we'll see you later next month for our next workshop. All
Thank
right.
you, JP. It was so nice to see you.
Good to see you guys.
See ya.
Bye.